No nonsense gin drinking. All gin and a surprising amount of nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I'm Bobby Freeman. Today on the show, my friends, that's more like it. I have got old Freeman here, my friends, has got a lovely little treat for you because we've got a nice little bottle of gin from my favourite of all the islands. It's called Ireland. And I think I'm okay doing the Irish accent. I don't think I'm going to get cancelled for that quite yet because I know for a fact people in Ireland have a very, very good and sophisticated sense of humour. So I think I'm all right, but you never know these days. This could be one that tips me over the edge, but I don't think so. Not today, anyway. But I'll save that for later on in the show. Let me stop fanning around and gesticulating wildly and pontificating and anything else that ends with an ing and tell you the name of this gin. This little fellow, my friends, is Drumshanbo Gunpowder Irish Gin with Brazilian pineapple. Now, my regular viewers and subscribers will know that I've featured, how many? I think it's 3. I've got one there, I've got one down there, let me see that one. So I've got the original one there, the citrus one. There was another one as well, which I can't remember what it is, the green one. And this little fellow is the 4th in the line of succession from the wonderful and incredible Drumshanbo Irish Gunpowder Gin, which many of you will know is one of my favourites. I think I featured it in my top ranges of gin the other day. I'm pretty sure I did. And I'm always excited when they bring a new one out. I thought they were probably done, to be honest. I thought they were finished, but they've come up with something very unique here because as far as I remember, I don't think we've ever had a pineapple gin on the show. So this is a first, a world first. Well, not a world first, but a first on this show. So yeah, technically a world first, which is very exciting. But I need to do a little bit of housekeeping first. So first of all, I might be slightly redder than usual because the heating's on in here. This is one of the advantages of not being in the studio anymore. I am in the house now, so it is nice and warm. It's a freezing cold day outside. However, Narissa cranks the heating up to a ridiculous degree because she grew up in some hot country, right? So I'm always roasting hot. So apologies if I'm looking all red and sunburned. And secondly, my mum is staying in the house today, so she is busy doing things like mums do, clattering around in the kitchen, making lasagna and tidying and all sorts of stuff. So apologies if you do hear any clattering or clattergy or clatteratus, sounds like a disease. But you know what I mean, general kind of mum sort of style clattering. In fact, she's making some hot cross buns at the moment, and I had my eye on one before I came in. So I might, Mum, can you make me a hot cross bun, please?
No, you've been very rude.
Oh, for God's sake. You invite your mother down and that's what you get. Anyway, that's a lot of that's the fannying around, that's the nonsense section of the show over with. I say we crack on and find out a little bit more about this, what is promises to be an excellent and very exciting and very original gin. But before we get stuck in, my friends, let me tell you once more about my good friends at ZBiotics. They are the sponsor of this show and this video, and they're kind of a game changer for me because they are a pre-alcohol, if you haven't heard of them, a pre-alcohol probiotics. Because I'm racing through my 40s now and I don't bounce back quite as quickly as I used to when I have a night drinking. But these little fellas make it a little bit easier. When combined with, responsible drinking and water as well, obviously, they really do make things easier the next day, and I love them. And I also love 15% off because you can get 15% off by clicking on the link below this video. And they also offer a full money back guarantee. So what could be better than that? Head over there, my friends, get your ZBiotics and get it now. Aha! Here we have, courtesy of my mother, thank you, Mum, a lovely little hot cross bun and a tissue as well. Thanks, Mum.
That's for your hands.
For my hands? I'm not going to wipe my arse with that, am I? Now then, I've gone to look at the website because usually at this point we read a bit about it on the website to kind of familiarise ourselves with it and the botanicals. There's not a great deal to wax lyrical about here. It's a short paragraph, so I'll do it in the Irish accent anyway because I think you'd be disappointed if I didn't. Drumshanbo Gunpowder Irish Gin with Brazilian pineapple. Discover a new taste of refreshingly exotic Drumshanbo Gunpowder Irish Gin. We said that a couple of times now. With Brazilian pineapple, exotic layers of fresh citrus, oriental botanicals and subtle hints of Brazilian pineapple. To be honest, I probably could have, written that myself just having, read the label. So it's a bit of a mystery, this one. Well, not that much of a mystery. It's just Drumshanbo with a bit of pineapple in. However, what we do know is the original recipe for the Drumshanbo, which is really, really good, because right when I first tried the first one, it was a real kind of, I think I described it as kind of a sort of a fireworky sort of effect in the mouth. There's loads of spice in there and it pops and kind of crackles, and it's a really kind of active gin, I would say. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably not, but that you've come to expect it on this channel, no doubt. So I guess the question is, does that work with pineapple? Well, there's only one way to find out, my friends. Let's get the top off and blow bloody well find out. And of course, as with all the Drumshanbo gins, it does have a cork, so we know what that means, my friends. It is the Irish cork test, so it is.
The Irish cork test. So it is.
So, do we have a squeak? I can't remember what the other ones do. I should have gone back and researched it, shouldn't I? Keep a sort of a record of this, but I don't like to, don't like to write things down. I'm very unorganised. Here we go. So, that's weird. It's not moving at all. I've never had that before. Ah, there we go. I've got it moving now. So, no squeak at all. Not even the slightest, teeniest, infinitesimal squawk, squeak, or a... What's another word for squawk, squeak? Mum, what's another word for a squawk or a squeak?
Sorry?
What's another word for a squawk or a squeak?
Wheel?
Squeal, there we go. Not a squawk or a squeak or a squeal. Thanks, Mum. So we'll go straight in for the full pull, I think. Here we go. Oh! Ooh, now, that was slightly disappointing. That was all, it was all sort of building to a wonderful crescendo there. I'd say that was like a wet fart, sort of disappointing and no one's laughing. But of course, it doesn't really matter, wet fart, bad pull, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, does it? Because you know what? It's just a bit of fun. Right then, let me retrieve my glass from down here. Let's pour this in. And I've always said this one, it's got this lovely sort of splayed out sort of bit at the top, the funnel, the flange as I call it, much like the James May's gins, which makes for a very clean pour. Most of the time anyway. Beautiful, look at that. Not a drop. Ooh, a tiny drop just dribbled down the edge there, but I don't think, what's a tiny drop between friends? So then, I'm really looking forward to this because I do like a pineapple. No, that's not true. I don't like to eat a pineapple per se, an actual fruit. It looks, I don't know, I've got a thing about fruit, freaks me out. However, I do like it, fruit flavours in drinks, and I always love a nice pineapple-y cocktail. So, oh, just what you kind of expected really, to be honest. It's got all that pepperiness and spiciness and tingly-tangliness of the original Jump Out. I don't know why, I always struggle to say this, of the original Drumshanbo. But yeah, with a kind of a light sort of, not quite as deep and fruity as I had envisaged or imagined or hoped for, but oh, it's definitely in there. It's a light sort of tinge of pineapple rather than a great big overpowering wodge. And I think that's probably a good idea because there's a lot going on flavour-wise in the Drumshanbo already. So let's hope it's being intelligently weaved into the flavour profile rather than just sort of belly flopped in there. So here we go. Let's get the old tonic in, shall we? I like to keep the tonic down there and the glass now just because I haven't got quite so much room now because I sit down. I used to stand up. So I like to have a bit of elbow room so I can flail and gesticulate wildly. So, well, there's not much in there, is there? I think a bit stingy there. I think I need to top that up. Hang on a second. That'll do for our purposes, my friends. Right, little tiny bit of tonic. It's a little song about tonic there for you. So here we go. At this point, I would like to say thank you very much to all my wonderful patrons and my YouTube members who donate their very hard-earned cash to this show so it can buy the gin. It literally bought that bottle right there for old Freeman to drink, for you to hear about me drinking. Thank you. But yeah, thank you very much because the show would not be possible without you. It would be possible, but it just cost me a lot of money and I would go without food. So thank you very much. This is, oh God, the full title is quite a mouthful, isn't it? Drumshanbo Gunpowder Irish Gin with Brazilian pineapple. By the way, I don't know if Brazilian pineapple is any better than normal pineapple. Who knows? I don't know where we get our pineapples from. Pineapples from in this country, probably Brazil. Anyway, here we go. Brazilian pineapple, bloody Drumshanbo. You know what I mean? Yes, right. Cheers. Oh. Gin lovers. Oh, it's magic. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I probably don't have the copyright to that either. I might have to bleep it out. Anyway, gin lover. That is something. It's kind of exactly what I hoped it would be, okay? You've got all that kind of pepperiness and sort of fieriness and pizzazz sort of dancing and sort of twinkling and twitching on the tongue, just like in the original Drumshanbo, which I hoped it would. So really, what I've got to talk to you about is how they've used the pineapple. Oh, yes, it's a kind of a... I wondered if it might be kind of, I imagine something almost like a cocktail. I sometimes have a mojito, a pineapple mojito at the Mayfair bar in London. It's just indulgent, it's soaking in pineapple. This isn't as indulgent as that, but it's kind of, it's a lighter use of it, okay? It almost feels like the flavours are kind of just sort of evaporating sort of upwards rather than wallowing you downwards. There's nothing wrong with them wallowing downwards. I like a bit of wallowing actually. I can often be found wallowing in all number of things. But this is very much a light sort of almost summery sort of essence to it. It's cold here at the moment in the UK, but you can tell it's on the cusp of becoming warm again. So this is going to be a great kind of summery drink, you know. I'm really looking forward to trying this then. But I like the way they've kind of, like I said, it's woven in very expertly, which I would expect nothing less from a very experienced distillery like Drumshanbo. By the way, look at the bottle. They keep bringing out these bottles and they keep getting more and more beautiful, but I think they've really sort of cracked it again with that one. But it's kind of just woven in so well. It's like it was always supposed to have been there, like it always has been there. It's like it doesn't feel too like they've sort of clunkily sort of bolted a flavour on, which has happened in a few gins before when they add a big flavour to their original gin. But this one just feels like it's totally just at home in there, like it's perfectly, but it's infused, it's kind of melded with it. It's not kind of, you know, a clumsy concoction. It's absolutely, I talk about balancing all the time, it is an absolute masterclass in balancing and really, really expertly blended and very, very nice. And also, still tastes like gin. You know, a lot of these gins, they whack so many different flavours in there. You know, it can be really kind of, you know, it becomes less of a gin, you know what I mean? Still fun, still nice, but they move away from a gin. But this is definitely 100% a gin at its core. You've still got that juniper essence, and that is quite, to have used such a big flavour like pineapple, is quite an achievement. However, my friends, I'm not sure what this is going to be like neat. I'm not a big fan of neat gin, but I always try it out of respect for my neat gin drinkers. By the way, if you do want to try some neat gin out of the same mug, well, not exactly the same mug, it'd be disgusting. It's gone all brown on the inside. But a mug very, very similar to this one. Don't forget to go and order yours on the link down there somewhere. It's around on this page. Anyway, let's. To be honest, if you are drinking gin, I recommend you just drink tea or coffee out of it. Gin, it seems a bit weird, but I'm a weird guy. Anyway, let's just crack on and pour some in, shall we? So that'll be enough, I think. Put that there so you can see it. So, yeah. Oh gosh, it always smells a little bit better out the cup, actually. So if you were to order the cup, don't forget to put some gin in there, sniff it, then put it in a glass with some ice, then drink it. Right, let's go. Oh. Do you know what? It kind of works, I think. Sometimes I think that, you know, a lot of the times I think that the tonic, and people complain about me putting tonic in it, oh, you should drink it neat. Well, I am drinking it neat, but I think a lot of those flavours are released by the tonics, okay? Releases all those oils. That, you kind of get exactly the same, you're not losing anything at all. I think the tonic always still works slightly nicer. I think it sort of melds with it beautifully and helps it go down. But if you're a neat gin drinker, you're going to get a lot. In fact, I can still feel it. Kind of, you've got sort of a what do you call it? A tropical, pineapple-y legacy, if indeed you can imagine such a thing. And it kind of lingers in there. It's still lingering now. It's quite nice, actually. I reckon over ice, you know, I could probably, on a summer's day, out in the garden or in the street or just slumped over in a shop doorway, I think I could probably enjoy a bit of this neat, provided it was on ice. I think it does need a bit of ice. But yeah, there's some advice. Put ice in your neat gin. Oh, it's not neat gin anymore. It's just on the rocks. Honestly, I don't know why people bother tuning into this programme. I talk an absolute load of old bollocks sometimes. So guys, to sum up, that was, you know, it's always difficult when you get gins that are, you know, sort of produced a long line of really, really incredible products. When they bring another one out, you kind of think, oh God, have they peaked too early? You know, they set the bar too high. But honestly, Drumshanbo, they really, really know how to make a gin. And also, they don't kind of shout about it, do they? You don't see them on huge adverts everywhere. They're just sort of there, nestling sort of quietly and confidently on the gin shelf or in the duty free. And every single one I've tried has been absolutely fantastic. That's why they're on one of the top gin, my favourite gin ranges video. I'll put a link to that in the little thing up there that I'm pointing to. But seriously, I think, you know, these, I don't know if this one is yet, but Drumshanbo generally is available all around the world. So I'm confident that this will be coming to a shop, supermarket, or indeed liquor store if you're in America very, very soon. So if you are unsure about it, if you're thinking, oh, I like the other, you know, Drumshanbo range, but I'm not sure, well, take it from old Hit Freeman here, my friends. I think provided you like pineapple, I think you're going to love this one. If you don't like pineapple, then you might not. Might want to give it a miss. But if you do, then you will. There we go. Top advice from old Freeman. So guys, thank you very much for watching my video today. It's been tremendous fun to talk. It's always good fun talking to you. All my gin lovers and friends out there from all the 60 countries that watch this show, I feel like you're all in the room with me. Well, not literally, because it would get a little bit hot in here, but metaphorically. And it's always a pleasure to talk to you. So hopefully you have all gleaned a little bit of useful information, or probably mostly useless, but if you could extract a tiny bit of useful information out of there, don't forget to express how happy you are by receiving of this information. Good Lord, that was a long, convoluted way of saying that. But my point was, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Press the like button on the video, and if you haven't already, if you're so minded and so kind to support my show, head over to the Patreon page to sign up to be a patron, or click the join button below this video to become a YouTube member. And of course, don't forget to message me either in the section below here, or Bobby, Bobby at nononsensegin@gmail. I forgot my Gmail. That's it, nononsensegin@gmail.com. And I think Bobby at nononsensegin as well. I'm not sure if that one works. Try one of them, you'll get through to me somehow. If you've got any request videos, I'm taking requests, anything gym related or non-gym related. I'm basically like a performing monkey. If you ask me to do it and I think it's fun and I think it'll get views, then I guarantee you now, I'll bloody well do it. Right, that's me done for another day, guys. I'm going to eat this lovely lukewarm hot cross bun. But until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and of course, most important of all, keep drinking the gin. That's lovely.